You're listening to the Dynamic Thinking Project podcast. This is episode 29, and today's topic is NLP or Neuro-Linguistic Programming. Hey everyone, Adam Muselli here. Welcome to the Dynamic Thinking Project podcast. If this is your first time listening, then thanks for coming. This podcast is released every Friday, and show notes are found at the website themindtechinstitute.com. It's all one word. Come back often and feel free to add this podcast to your favorite RSS feed or iTunes. You can also follow me on Twitter and Facebook. All links are in the show notes and website. And now, let's get started. This episode is quite interesting, and as usual, I'll do my best to cover everything or as much as I can within 20 minutes. We already spoke about how powerful the mind is in previous episodes, and if you can manipulate such a powerful thing as the mind, you can get some powerful results, whether good or evil. Some people still think that hypnosis and its branches, such as NLP, is evil. However, my answer is, as it will always be, that the methodology is actually neutral. So it's not good or evil, but it's how it's used or for what purpose is what matters. I mean, we teach hypnosis and NLP. You can now go to the mindtechinstitute.com and click on the online courses tab, and you'll find all these courses there. There are no requirements or previous knowledge. You just need ethics. It's your ethics that keeps you away from conning or scamming people. Yes, it is true. You can use it to claim that you have some superpowers or you have a Holy Ghost on your shoulder working for you, and you can charge people tons of money for healing. And you can also claim that you're some super guru, and you can charge people thousands of dollars to follow you. As I highly recommend that you listen to episode 4. I explain everything in that episode regarding the scams of faith healing and motivational seminars industry. So I cannot control how and for what purpose you're going to use such powerful knowledge and techniques after you graduate, but it's you who is responsible, and that is based on your values and ethics. You can use such powerful knowledge to help others, or you can also become one of the most successful propagandists, as we spoke about in the media series. I think it's starting from episode 19 all the way to 28, maybe, or 27. So NLP and hypnosis are not good or evil. It's how you use them. And I talk about all that during the online NLP and hypnosis training. I mean, how you should utilize what you're learning and apply that knowledge for a good purpose or a good cause. No harm in making money and becoming financially independent, of course. But scamming people is absolutely unacceptable. So NLP and hypnosis are not bad. They're not good or evil. But that formula doesn't apply here, but it's for what purpose they are being used. So what is NLP? Neuro-Linguistic Programming, NLP, is a psychological approach that involves analyzing strategies used by successful individuals and applying them to reach a personal goal. It relates thoughts, languages, and patterns of behavior learned through experience to specific outcome or goals. As we also teach in our NLP practitioner and master practitioner, by the way, NLP, it's 2 levels. You've got the practitioner level and the master practitioner level. So everyone must start at the practitioner level. And NLP master practitioner level is a higher level of NLP. However, if someone just studied NLP practitioner, it's more than sufficient to become a master of communication, and he can start working as an NLP practitioner and all the rest of it. NLP master practitioner is a higher level, and also If you do the NLP Master Practitioner, then there is another program that you can become a certified counselor. So you will get a diploma of counseling. So as we teach in our NLP Practitioner and Master Practitioner, to assume that all human action is positive. Therefore, if a plan fails or the unexpected happens, the experience is neither good nor bad. It simply presents more useful information or a reference point to model another form of success to achieve your set outcome in a more efficient and effective way. You see, a very powerful tool for success at any level, whether spiritually, for personal development, or any kind of success. All that is included in our online NLP training. So how did NLP start, or what is the history of NLP or Neuro-Linguistic Programming? Neuro-Linguistic Programming was developed in the 70s at the University of California, Santa Cruz. Its primary founders are John Grinder, who was a linguist, and Richard Bandler, who was an information scientist and a mathematician. And also, that's why I always say to our NLP students that the creators of NLP were scientists. They were not some third eye chakra airy-fairies gurus, but sadly NLP is also used and abused exactly as hypnosis by the fake crystal healing industry. Nevertheless, Grinder and Bandler's first book on NLP, The Structure of Magic, a book about language of therapy. The book was released in 1975. In it, they attempted to highlight certain patterns of communication that set communicators considered to be excellent apart from others. Most of the book was based on the work of Virginia Satir, Fritz Perls, and Milton Erickson. Virginia Satir was also a counselor. She was a family therapist, as well as Milton Erickson was also a psychologist, a psychotherapist. So the book also integrated techniques and theories from other renowned mental health professionals and researchers such as Noam Chomsky, Gregory Bateson, and others. The result of Grinder and Bandler's work was the development of the NLP meta model, which is a technique that can identify language patterns that reflected basic cognitive process. We also teach that in our NLP online training. The interest in NLP grew in the late 70s after Bandler and Grinder began marketing the approach as a tool for people to learn how others achieve success. Today, NLP is used in a wide variety of fields, including counseling, medicine, law, business, the performing arts, sports, the military, and, of course, education. Now, how neuro-linguistic programming works. Modeling, action, and effective communication are key elements of neuro-linguistic programming. The belief is that if an individual can understand how another person accomplishes a task, the process may be copied and communicated to others so they too can accomplish the task. In our branch of NLP, as we teach, that in neuro-linguistic programming, we propose that everyone has a personal map of reality. So, NLP practitioners and master practitioners analyze their own and other perspectives to create a systemic overview of one's situation. And by understanding a range of perspectives, the NLP client who is working with the NLP practitioner gains information. In NLP, we believe that senses are vital for processing available information and that the body and the mind influence each other. Neuro-linguistic programming is an experiential approach. Therefore, if a person wants to understand action, they must perform that same action to learn from the experience. And in psychology, that's actually how the brain learns things. You see, in NLP, there are natural hierarchies of learning, also communicating, and change. Those three elements, which are learning, communicating, and change, are included in something in NLP we call the 6 logical levels of change, as you also learn all that in our NLP online training. Here's a short brief of the 6 logical levels of change. The first one is purpose and spirituality. This can be involvement in something larger than yourself, such as a religion, ethics, values, or another belief system or another system. It doesn't have to be a God dogma or anything, but something which is higher than you, something which is bigger than you. We can say the universe, for example. This is the highest level of change. The second one is identity. Identity is the person you perceive yourself to be and includes your responsibilities and the role you play in your life. The third one is beliefs and values. These are your personal belief system and the issues that matter to you. The fourth one is capabilities and skills. These are your abilities and what you can do. The fifth one is behaviors. Behaviors are the specific actions you perform. The sixth one, which is the last one, is environment. Your environment is your context or setting, including any other people around you. This is the lowest level of change. Now, this is only a brief. They have a lot deeper meaning than that. The purpose of each logical level is to organize and direct the information below it. As a result, making a change in a lower level may cause changes in higher levels. However, making a change in a higher level will also result in changes in the lower levels. And of course, there are lots of things in between which can be further explained in the NLP online training. Now, NLP, or Neuro-Linguistic Programming, can also be used in therapy. A core concept of NLP can be summarized by saying the map is not the territory, because it highlights the differences between belief and reality. It points out that each person operates within their own perspective rather than a place of objectivity. In fact, everyone's perception of the world is distorted, limited, and unique. A therapist, such as an NLP practitioner or master practitioner, must therefore understand how a person in therapy perceives their map and the effect this perception may have on the person's thoughts and behavior. That's how an NLP practitioner and master practitioner work with their clients. An individual's map of the world is formed from data received through the person's senses. This information can be auditory, which is hearing, visual, which is seeing, olfactory, which is smelling, gustatory, which is tasting, and kinesthetic, which is sensing or feeling. In fact, this information differs individually in terms of quality and importance, and each person processes experiences using a primary representational system. For an NLP therapist or an NLP practitioner or master practitioner to work effectively with a person in therapy, the therapist must attempt to match the individual's primary representational system, to use their, of course, personal map. And yes, it's possible to access representational systems using what we call cues, such as the eye movements. All that is precisely explained in our online NLP training. NLP therapists usually work with people to understand their thinking and behavioral patterns. Also to understand their emotional state and aspirations. That is by examining a person's map. The therapist can help them find and strengthen the skills that serve them best and assist them in developing new strategies to replace unproductive or unuseful ones. This process can help individuals in therapy to reach the goals they set before the therapy. You see, NLP produces fast and long-lasting results, and of course it improves understanding of cognitive and behavioral patterns. And NLP also seeks to build effective communication between the conscious and the unconscious mental processes to help people to increase creativity and problem-solving skills. And since the inception of NLP, NLP has also been used as a therapy for a wide range of issues, including anxiety, phobias, panic attacks, communication issues, post-traumatic stress, depression, attention deficit hyperactivity, addiction, schizophrenia, obsession and compulsions, and several others. Same as hypnotherapy. However, NLP and hypnotherapy, they work similar but in a different way. Hypnotherapy, you work straight with the subconscious mind. Hypnotherapy requires an induction. So the person must be relaxed, put them in trance, and you work with the subconscious mind directly. On the other hand, NLP, you can work with the conscious mind or you can work with the subconscious mind consciously. So you can communicate with someone just as a normal conversation, but with an embedded language. So it's sort of like an awakened hypnosis. NLP can also be used, as I previously said, in education, not just in therapy. It can be used in education and in business, as in sales, in marketing, and the media, as spin doctors. That's what we call reframing. We also teach it in our online NLP training. I mean, it's great if you can spin a real issue to fix it. Edward Bernays, we'll do a whole episode about him. He used to get hired by corporations to market their products by using something called a spin, or what we call in NLP reframing. He used the spin on things such as bacon and eggs is a healthy breakfast, just to sell bacon, as the bacon industry was suffering at that time. And until this day, people still believe that bacon and eggs on breakfast is probably the healthiest breakfast you can ever have. That's the power of spin. He also used the spin and used something called mapping across, as we also teach that technique in our NLP online training. What he actually did is, he associated females' empowerment, women empowerment, to smoking cigarettes, as at that time only men, or the majority of smokers were men. So he associated the women's empowerment or the female's empowerment to smoking cigarettes as a sign of gender equality or women's right. You see, I mean, half of the population is females. So it's such a waste of money for the tobacco industry if that half of the population didn't buy their product. That's also a spin. The story of Edward Bernays and his spin and his propaganda is a lot deeper than that. There is lots of things behind it. We'll do a whole episode about Edward Bernays in some future episodes. And that's it for today, as we are approaching our runtime. Once again, now you can become fully certified NLP practitioner and master practitioner totally online. You will learn everything online, and after you finish those two levels, NLP practitioner and master practitioner, and if you're interested in becoming a certified counselor, we also have another program where we offer a diploma of counseling, or better known as an associate degree in some other countries, which is the equivalent of 2 years university and sometimes a whole bachelor degree in some other countries. Here in Australia, if you have a diploma and if you want to apply for a bachelor degree, it would take you only 6 to 12 months to finish a whole bachelor degree instead of 3 or 4 years. Of course, that depends on the program and what you are studying. But a diploma is the equivalent of 2 or 3 years of university. And all our diplomas and advanced diplomas are accredited, as the Mindtech Institute is an Australian registered training organization and approved by the government. So all these courses, including NLP and hypnosis, can be found on our website, themindtechinstitute.com or mti.edu.au. Thank you for listening. If you have any question, you can email me. The email is on our website, themindtechinstitute.com. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, especially if you are listening to this podcast on YouTube. The Dynamic Thinking Project podcast is released every Friday. Until next time, take care and enjoy your weekend. This is Adam Moselli, signing out.